Hey everybody, we are going to be discussing the samples I used throughout the month of May and how I feel about them. Some I'm very happy with and some I'm not very happy with, so we're going to start with the negative reviews first and then move to the awesome reviews because I think it's better to end on a high note than a low note, so that's what it's going to be. So this is the first installment of the monthly sample review video, so might as well just dive right in and get talking. The worst product that I used in the month of May is Soap & Glory's The Scrub of Your Life. This is full because I used it once and saw that it has microbeads, and I don't like microbeads. I think that they're horrible, and there are so many natural alternatives that you can use, like sugar, salt. I know some brands will use like shells of peanuts, coconut shells, stuff like that. Microbeads in this day and age, you really don't need them. So if you're going to use microbeads, I'm not going to use that product. And I actually didn't know that this had microbeads. When I picked this sample up, it was at Ulta. I picked it up, it was like $4.99 for that sample, and I'd never tried a Soap & Glory product, so I was really excited. I used it that night and I realized there were microbeads. I didn't know beforehand of using it. Like, if I had known when I bought it that it had microbeads, I wouldn't have bought it, obviously. But it doesn't say that on the bottle, and I should have known because usually when brands create a body scrub like that, they will promote and kind of boast about how natural their scrubs are. For example, not using the microbeads, and this didn't. It didn't say that it wasn't microbeads, so I should have known just by it not saying that it's not microbeads. So, my fault. However, I used it once, and the sad thing is that it smells so good. It is so fragrant, and it just smells really, really good, and it stays, like, the smell stays on you, like, for 5 hours, like, a very, very long time. And, yeah, so it really stinks. This is brand new. I'm actually right now gonna throw it away. I know that's wasteful, but I would rather throw it away than use it with it having microbeads. Ignore this, by the way. This is like a little lipstick swatch I just did. So I'm pretty bummed about it. I still use Soap & Glory. It has nothing necessarily to do with my opinion of the company, but I just disagree with the use of microbeads. I think that it's ridiculous, honestly. I think that there are so many alternatives to just microbeads, and you just spend like a penny more, you know what I mean? So whatever. To be honest, I've only ever used one Soap & Glory product that I actually liked, and it was I still have it, I'm not done it yet. It's their granola, like oatmeal scent body lotion. It was one of my April favorites if you want to check that out, but honestly, I'm glad that's out of my shower because I really didn't. I just don't get it. If I'm being completely honest with you, I just don't understand it. The next sample that I really wasn't too fond of is actually, and this surprised me that I didn't like this as much. So I haven't actually finished this sample, but I'm going to, so don't worry about that. I'm not throwing this away. I was surprised that I didn't like it. It's L'Oreal's Elnett Satin Hairspray, and it's extra strong hold. You can't really see because it's shimmery, but I'll link all this below if you want. It says, disappears at the stroke of a brush. It says micro diffusion technology. It is humidity protected, so your hair won't fall, basically is what that means. And it says the finest hairspray used by the finest stylists. Now, I have used this ever since I purchased my Bedhead Curly Pops curling iron, because I don't have any hairsprays actually. The only hairsprays I have are samples that I've gotten in beauty boxes. And so I went through my sample box and I picked this out. I'm not too fond of it. I don't think it's bad, but I think that for my kind of hair I need something a little stronger because it makes your hair feel like straw, which isn't the best, but if it holds, then who cares, right? I used it even today when I curled my hair, and my hair is like falling out. I have super thin, light hair that just doesn't hold curl, and no matter what I do, it just doesn't hold. But this is only, I sprayed this like in my hair before I curled it and like twice after I curled it, you know, like once after we were done, and then once I noticed it started falling out. And it didn't stop it from falling out. It started falling out within like 2 minutes of finishing curling it. And I used a hairspray a couple of years ago that I really adored, but I just can't remember what brand it was, so I'm kind of out of luck there. It was a gift from a friend, so that kind of stinks, but I'm still on search for a good hairspray because this makes it feel really like scrunchy, but at the same time doesn't really keep your curls, at least for me. So like if you have hair like mine that doesn't keep curls, it's thin and light, don't try this out. That's not to say it doesn't work for you. Like if you have thick hair and your hair is naturally curly, this will probably work really well for you. Just with my hair, I don't know, it doesn't hold it as well as I need it to. I would say that this is more of a texture spray than it is a hairspray. So any recommendations? Leave in the comments about a good hairspray. If my teeth seem to be getting progressively yellower throughout this video, it's because I'm eating chocolate, okay? So the next product, this is kind of in the middle ground. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it. It just didn't do much for me personally. And it is Glam Glow's Mud to Foam ThirstCleanse Daily Hydrating Cleanser. Again, this is like shimmery packaging, so you can't really see it. I'll link it down below. This stuff I would put on in the shower and use it, and if I'm being honest, I didn't really see too much improvement with this stuff. I have very dry skin. I have combo skin, so my skin's very oily but very dry as well. I tend to get a lot of dry patches if I'm not using a hydrating moisturizer. So I was really looking forward to using this. I used it throughout the month. I didn't use it daily because for whatever reason, Glam Glow, even when it's made for sensitive skin, their products just hurt me so bad. They literally make my face ache to the point of when I rub their products off, it hurts to touch my skin. My skin's just very sensitive, so if you don't have sensitive skin, you won't experience that. But if you do have sensitive skin, you might experience that. I don't know, but I experience it every single time I use it, whether it's something gentle like this or something a little more intense. So this stuff, I didn't really seem to see a improvement in hydration for my skin. It didn't dry me out, but it really just didn't do anything. Like I'd put it on and I'd use it exactly how it said to be used, except I wouldn't use it every day just because it would hurt my skin. So I have like a hair in my eye. Okay, I think I got it. Oh god, my eyes are itchy, I'm sorry. If I'm being completely honest with you, I know a lot of people on YouTube and just in the beauty community love Glam Glow's skincare products, but I don't. They just don't seem to mesh with my skin well, and I don't see many results, and overall they just kind of hurt me physically. Like they make my face ache and like feel bruised. So, you know, I didn't hate this product, but I didn't love it. It didn't work for me. It doesn't have much left. Like I used almost this entire packet. Probably wouldn't recommend it unless you have dry skin that is not sensitive, because I think then it might work a little better for you. The next thing is another Glam Glow product. It is Glam Glow's Mud to Foam YouthCleanse Daily Exfoliating Cleanser. Now this, you can tell I've used a lot because it's kind of messy. This, I will say, I liked a lot better than this. However, this still hurt my skin. Like this is supposed to be a daily exfoliating cleanser, but it hurt my skin enough when I would use it that it almost felt like the top layer of my skin was burnt off, and it would just be way too much to use 2 days in a row. So I would use this probably, at most, I used this like twice a week. So any day that I just needed my face to feel clean, I would use this. I think it does work. I don't think it helped with my acne at all or my skin at all, but I think that it definitely helped clean the pores out. Like if I was wearing a lot of makeup that day, I throw this on after I take my makeup off, and it would go to town cleansing my pores and my face and cleaning my skin. But as far as my skin actually goes, I didn't see any visual effects happening. Other than that, when I was done using it, my face would be beet red. However, this does make your skin feel very smooth and very clean, and I like that. Sensitive skin, don't use this unless you can kind of withstand some burning and tingling going on that's like a little bit more intense than like a regular burn or tingle. But if you have regular type skin or just oily skin or whatever, if you don't have sensitive skin, give this a try because it's not too bad. The next samples that I'm going to be talking about is actually something that I got in my glossy box for the month of May. This is the Nioxin Shampoo and Conditioner. I love this stuff. I talked about it in my monthly favorites, and I briefly talked about it in that glossy box video as well, but obviously my May favorites was like after the glossy box video technically, and that was me talking about it after using it for a while. This I love. I love this stuff. I think it's awesome. I think it's perfect if you have light textured hair that's really thin and can get bogged down by oils or chemicals or more like perfumey stuff. I feel like this is definitely a lightweight but moisturizing, cleansing, and overall just repairing shampoo and conditioner combo. I really want to get the full size of these. They are kind of expensive. For both of them, it's like $45, $49. But when I get extra money, I'm probably going to invest in these because I really enjoyed them. So if you want to hear me talk more about these, watch the May favorites video. But otherwise, Nioxin. The next product is actually Lorac's behind the scenes eye primer. Now I received this sample with the unzipped gold palette. I've done enough tutorials and like videos talking about what primers I use for my eyelids when it comes to eyeshadows, and honestly this is the best one I've ever used. This sample goes a long way. I just love this. It's thin, it's transparent, but it's kind of color correct, so you don't see like any redness or veins or dark circles or anything like that. And honestly, it makes the eyeshadow last all day. It makes it look smooth. It is just phenomenal. I can't recommend this stuff enough. I haven't actually bought the full size yet, but I probably will once I run out of this. I don't actually even know how much it is. This might be like $25 to $30 knowing how expensive Lorac is, but I really enjoy this. I like this a lot more than I like my MAC paint pot, and like this paint pot I have really sunken into. So I think that the Lorac one is maybe just a few steps ahead of this one, but I think they're like around the same price range, so I wouldn't say one way or another one is better than the other. I guess it's all really up to preference, but I really love this eye primer. Finally, we are at the final product. My favorite sample that I used in the month of May by far is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. You can't really see any info because it's like a clear bottle. This is the single best face primer I have ever used. It makes my other primers go on flawlessly. It makes my foundation last so much longer, and honestly it just makes my foundation look better. Like, I love this stuff. And it's weird because I am very nervous when it comes to putting oils on my face because I have really oily skin, and I've even seen people on YouTube talk about this primer oil who also have oily skin, and some it worked for and some it didn't work for. I'm really lucky because it worked for me, but I'm also unlucky because this is $42 full size. That's a lot of moolah to shovel out for just a primer, and that really stinks. I'm probably not ever really gonna be able to buy the full size because it's so dang expensive. However, this was probably my favorite thing that I used throughout the month of May. I really adored this Photo Finish primer. Okay, so those were all the samples that I used in the month of May. Like I said, some were good, some weren't, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, there were not very many, but I'm already using a bunch of new samples, and yeah, so I have a lot of samples that I'm looking forward to reviewing for you by the end of this month. One in particular, and if you've seen my glossy box video, I think you know which one it is. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell me about some of your samples that you've tried in the month of May and which ones you really liked and which ones you may not have liked very much. Have an awesome day, guys. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.